Lisa Reissmann commented on President Joe Biden's performance at the most recent CNN debate, saying, "He didn't seem as strong as he has been in the past. It was hard for me to watch. He seemed a bit out of sorts." Her better half, Troy Reissmann, remained tuned until the discussion's end, snatching his telephone during previous President Donald Trump's end explanation. Regarding Biden's performance, Troy stated, "Yeah, it was definitely scary. My parents were the first people I talked to. I asked them, 'What did you all think about that?' They do not. Whereas I am aware of where my vote will go. They were both terrified." The Reissmanns, who own the Shinery, a home brew bar in Cedarburg, a pleasant town around 30 minutes north of Milwaukee, have a directive for the up-and-comer they upheld in 2020. "Consider the future. Think of our grandchildren and children," Troy Reissmann said. "Perhaps you ought to move to one side on the grounds that the future doesn't look splendid with the opposite side dominating. Even if I'm wrong, it's scary." Lisa Reissmann concurred. "I believe it's time. We require new and fresh leadership. I like Joe Biden personally. He represents good things, but I don't think he's ready to lead the country anymore." Cedarburg, populace 12,000, was once dependably conservative. In 2012, Mitt Romney won with 63% of the vote. Trump won in 2016, but his share of the vote fell to 55%. Due to population shifts and Trump's suburban struggles with moderate Republicans and GOP-leaning independents, Biden won by 19 votes in 2020. The latter group includes local business owner Gina Cilento, albeit imperfectly. "I can't say at the present time," Cilento said about her 2024 official inclination. "I'm unsure. Cedarburg's support for Trump has not necessarily increased as a result of Biden's performance in the debate." Cilento, a Republican who has never supported a Democrat for president, describes herself as leaning more independent or straight-up libertarian, because she is dissatisfied with current politics. "My legislative issues are presently at a position of being somewhat done with this," Cilento said at her Cedarburg pickleball studio. "This is the best our nation can do. Every time you go to the polls, I just feel sad all over, and the most pressing issue is that a divided House cannot stand. I see our nation disintegrating as opposed to flourishing." Cilento stated that she might vote third party. She can't envision deciding in favor of Biden and was disheartened by his discussion execution. If Biden left, she said, she would look into a new Democrat. She stated, "I'm in a place where I want to feel connected." Cilento, a former professional tennis player who now competes in pickleball, sees voters of all political stripes at her facility. Polite and brief political exchanges are typical there. She stated, "It is really just a place for people to forget what is happening in the real world and focus on having fun and getting along." This year's 4th of July parade in Cedarburg featured Cilento as Grand Marshal, an event that has long been a source of pride for the community. Melissa Ralstad, who runs the Wisconsin Exhibition Hall of Blankets and Fiber Expressions, saw an adjustment of Cedarburg in 2020 when yard signs were generally equally divided among majority rule and conservative competitors. Individuals weren't excited with both of them. Generally, Ralstad said about the discussion, "People across the nation share the same concerns regarding age." At a picnic after the parade, the lack of enthusiasm for the major party candidates was also evident. Concerns about Biden's debate performance and how it might harm his chances in Wisconsin dominated discussions with Democrats. The decreasing number of complaints about his slogan helps Alan Naparala, owner of the Chiseled Grape Winery, monitor the political shift. Taste the wine. Sexy Wines. Naparala moved to Cedarburg to really focus on his maturing mother. His wines are produced in California and are offered for purchase in a warm cafe where politics are frequently discussed. I make it a protected climate, Naparala said. Everybody is entitled to speak. Everyone has the right to express their opinions. Naparala, a social liberal and fiscal conservative, is unsure about the 2024 election. He does not see a viable third party and cannot vote for Trump. Horrible. It was horrendous, Naparala said about the discussion. It was just bad to watch Biden try to get his words across. You know, this was your chance to shine. Biden appeared capable of serving an additional 4 years. According to Naparala, I don't think so. Right now, I'm going to vote for the party. Naparala and many Cedarburg Biden supporters are now skeptical that Biden can win Wisconsin and win re-election. They worry about Trump coming back to the White House. Naparala stated, "It's going to be a hairy time for a while." However, he is skeptical that switching candidates is the solution. Who will carry it out? Trump is already a sure thing because the election is so far along. I simply believe it is too late. Naparala and other Cedarburg voters challenge Biden's team and top Democrats in the following way. Do something prior to this if you are truly concerned about your party.